Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to February. This is one magical month here. It's a month for dreaming our wildest dreams, thinking, creating, collaborating, communicating, networking, as we have most of our planets in our sign, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius rising, and Pisces. It's a time for fantasy, magic, receiving messages from our ancestors, downloads from our dream world through music, having otherworldly experiences in the day-to-day life, divine inspiration. Past life love can show up in your life. Deep compassion and empathy for others, with the desire to take action in changing where we see injustice around us. But we do have to watch out for overindulgence because there's so much Neptunian influence. If something comes to you regarding art, creativity, music, film, writing ideas, ways to help people suffering in the world, the oceans, environment, animals, children, etc., jot them down, as this is no ordinary month, as the veils are thinning between the worlds and we're getting ready for that next round of eclipse activity, which can be felt weeks in advance, with the lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 13th, and then the solar eclipse portal, which will open up on March 29th in Aries and can already start to be felt now. The energy for eclipses starts to happen several weeks before the actual eclipse date, in the Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Libra part of your sky. On January 29th, we just had a lovely new moon in Aquarius, your sign, at 9 degrees, showing new beginnings unfolding now until August 9th at the Aquarius full moon. That moon was beautifully aspected with a tight trine from Jupiter and Gemini, your 5th house, and conjuncting Mercury and Pluto in your 1st. Pluto is in a wide conjunction to this new moon, but nonetheless it's there and can be felt the first few days in February, unfolding over the next 6 months. This happened in your 1st house of physical body, the way that you present to the world, everything about you. It could be home, career, significant other, are all affected from this 1st house angle. It's receiving a beautiful trine from Jupiter, again from that 5th house. 5th house covers creativity, luck, children, romance, fun, sports, speculative gains. It's where we receive good luck from past lives. You could get news of a creative opportunity, have good luck from a creative project that you've already been working on. It could be a written or communications project, something around or for children, developing a social app. Just as a couple examples, because Jupiter is in a communication sign, Gemini, maybe good news. Aquarius, is happening for your children if you have any. Maybe they won a contest or a sports competition, for example, and maybe if they're old enough, your children are having children. But there really could be a work opportunity that shows up for you now and can be really transformative in nature because of this aspect, and the fact that your 2nd house of income and banking, in your 4th house of home and family, and your 6th house of health and work are all lit up at the same time in a positive flow. So it could be something that you're working on from home, or maybe you'll start a project that can liberate you from your 9 to 5 to be able to work from home, and you will be able to work more creatively with the 2nd house being in Pisces. Maybe a nonprofit, or you begin a business that not only boosts your bank account but also helps women and children, as Cancer is your 6th house of work, and it's a house where we can also burn karma via donations and selfless acts of service in the nature of that house. And for you, that house is Cancer, which covers children and women. You could also develop a film, a docu-series about the environment, oceans, animals. You could be collaborating with others on these issues. We are the sign of collaboration. And maybe begin a business around reusable products, earth and animal friendly products. Last but not least, you could meet love, or they could find you, maybe while you're enjoying yourself in some Gemini 5th house activity kind of way, like a social event in your community, a book release party. Gemini rules writers through social media, going to a theater or play with a friend, through a sibling or cousin. I think it would be a transformative romance, as Pluto is in a wide trine to Jupiter, and Pluto is now on your ascendant in conjunct Mercury, which Mercury is the messenger. The sun rules your 7th house, but is also in your sign. Again, this could be your partner finding you, or they are very similar to you in some way. Maybe they're a teacher or in communications here with these Gemini placements. Maybe they work in childcare. If you're not interested in love, you could be working on your body and health and seeing some positive results, which are making you look more sexy and magnetic, because don't forget, you have the sun kind of illuminating you, and then Pluto on your ascendant, which magnetizes people to you. You could be doing something fun too, like sport for fitness as well, because I talked about that sixth house being highlighted. An aspect that won't occur again all year, maybe in our lifetime, will be the Venus-Neptune North Node conjunction in Pisces, which will also sextile Pluto in your sign. Uranus will also make a sextile to the conjunction, and then Mars and Cancer is in a wide aspect, but will trine this conjunction as well. This happens on February 1st through the 9th. It can be felt exact February 1st and 2nd at 27 and 28 degrees of Pisces in your second house of income, independence, making money, self-worth, what you value, your assets, what you eat, your throat, mouth. Did I say luxury goods? Land, property, farm, cattle, etc. Saturn has been slowing progress in this house since March 2023 when he came off of your sun and moved into the second. But now with the North Node here and Venus, you could be seeing some kind of financial results or sudden good luck. Rahu in the second can make things happen quickly, can shake up a Saturn rut. Your self-esteem can be growing. You can be feeling better about your voice or your face if you had any wounding here, or voice if you had any trouble with public speaking. Maybe you're becoming a photographer or film producer, short films, YouTube videos, public speaker, YouTuber, having an Instagram business where you are becoming more visible or using creative visualization. And the feedback can be quite favorable. And you can also receive more money coming in from some creative business here. Let's see. You could be finding your independence from a partner if that is something that you are looking for as well with this aspect. The ability to stand on your own 2 feet financially and balancing out that overdependence on a partner's resources in the 8th house. Savings and investments can be growing as well, which also in turn increases your sense of value in your own abilities to create security for yourself and your family if you have one, and giving you more confidence in this area. On February 4th, Jupiter in Gemini goes direct, where you can start to see progress over the next several months around your fifth house of love, luck, romance, children, creative projects, fame, being in the spotlight, good luck, and winning in sports. Jupiter also rules your second house in your Sagittarius 11th luck house. On the 5th of February, Venus enters Aries, your third house of neighborhood, community, communication, writing, social media, marketing, small business, self-made wealth. Friends from childhood fall in this third house, cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles, early education, day-to-day thoughts, day-to-day travel. And Venus will bounce between this house and your second of income for the next several months. Again, I think you can use communication somehow as a way to earn money. You can also meet love while enjoying yourself out with friends in your community, while being near water, in a yoga studio, at a meditation retreat or spa, being involved in photography or film. Neptune rules the visual arts here in the second house. Especially if you work with these areas, you could be earning more money. You could just be loving the work that you're doing or creating if you're working on a creative project or a book or maybe a fantasy novel, middle grade novels. I say this because I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm working on a fantasy middle grade book, so this is playing out perfectly. Maybe you and a friend, sibling, cousin are starting a business, making film, etc. You can also buy a new vehicle, move to a neighborhood that you'll love over the course of the next few months, as the third house covers vehicles and the second rules over luxury goods and things we value, assets and such. Maybe it's a luxury vehicle that you get a really good deal on, especially when Venus goes retrograde later in the month. You can find like a beautiful used luxury vehicle, something like that. Your thoughts and day-to-day interactions can just be more loving, more happier now, and there can be improvements within your immediate family. On the 12th, we have a full moon in Leo at 24 degrees happening in your 7th house of the other, a serious partner, either in romance or in business. It's where we have already met someone from that fun, romantic 5th house, and it's serious by the time it gets to the 7th. That's where we have our committed legal contracts, committed partnerships, etc. But it's also a business house. This full moon is a bit crunchy because we have the sun and Mercury in your first house, and this is opposing the moon in the 7th, but also receiving a hard square from your ruler Uranus in the 4th house of home and family. This affects Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising most from 20 degrees up. Let's start with that. If there is anything difficult that comes to light in a partnership, something that's revealed because a full moon reveals with a business partner within the home front, it can come out suddenly with Uranus in the mix. Could be a power struggle you're having with a serious love partner. They reveal something that you may not be happy about. Could have to do with resources or finances, since Uranus is in Taurus, your 4th house. Know that the moon moves quickly. This aspect will not last forever. Just try to keep her calm and know that this too shall pass. What you can look to on the same day is Pluto is in your 1st house, sextiling over to Venus in your 3rd of communication. Maybe there's a publishing opportunity for something that you've kept hidden or you've been working on, or something that you're ready to release, and it's being positively received in your community or within, your social network or social media or the internet. I say publishing because Venus rules your 9th house of publishing and broadcasting in your chart. Or you get a lucky break, or you get noticed somehow, or you're more popular with women, or a woman helps you out, or a prominent woman helps you out. And I have to say this because it's Pluto, which is a sign of power, and Venus. Plain and simple, because it's Pluto in Venus, there could be the beginning of a powerful, transformative, passionate new love that comes in a surprising way, because it has that Uranian signature with Pluto in Aquarius, like a direct message, a text, an email, Facebook, because we are talking about the house of communication, and then Venus is a love planet. You can meet this person while moving around, while traveling locally, while being out and about in your neighborhood. Again, creativity can also be involved, like being at a music concert at night. I say night because of Pluto. Pluto rules the 8th house naturally. It is rules Scorpio. There is a mysterious, magnetic, and possibly ethereal element to this love opportunity, if that does show up for you now. You do have Cancer also, Mars and Cancer in your 6th house of work and health, trining over to Saturn and Pisces, your 2nd. So again, you could be focused on something that you're trying to build that will last, that will have a lot of stamina and security and stability to be successful in that work house area now. On the 27th, we have the new moon in Pisces at 9 degrees in that 2nd house, again, highlighting that earlier conjunction that I talked about. And then we close out the month, March 1st to April 12th. Venus will retrograde in Aries and Pisces. Venus is in shadow all month in this 3rd house. And you could be focusing deeply on creative projects if you have any. You could be dusting off a written project or creative work or reworking or editing. If an old love relationship comes back, it could be somebody from childhood. You could be rethinking that relationship. It could be a past life as well. If you have Venus retrograde natally, then it might be a good time to reconnect with that old love if it does come up. Venus only retrogrades every 18 months. So this is a very significant time while we have her retrograding between these 2 houses. Is she's spending a significant amount of time in your Aries 3rd house and then your 2nd house Pisces, which is containing the North Node, Saturn, and Neptune here, which is extraordinary. So I think even with Venus retrograde, it's not harmful. It would just have, again, you focusing very deeply on these 3rd and 2nd house areas. But Venus also rules your 4th house of home and family, property, motherhood, family patterns, and conditioning, and also your 9th Libra house of publishing, good luck, law, legal settlements, gurus, teachers, doctors, etc. So the focus could be in these areas as well. Take care, Aquarius, and we will see you in March.